Well, hello there for the second time this evening. Third time today, by the way. It's been a nice busy day today. We have live streamed day 5 of the trial of Christopher Wolfenbarger in the murder of his wife, Melissa Wolfenbarger, 25-year-old cold case that is crazy as she is the daughter of a bona fide convicted serial killer. Crazy. We just did a little update on the Sullivan siblings, and now we are rolling back around to Maddie Soto. And I have to say, when I got the live stream ready to go and I looked at this image of Maddie, I immediately got sad and angry all at the same time. I want to be sure to thank Paula from Plunder True Crime, because she is the person who's responsible for, I think, obtaining and publishing what it is that we're about to watch. Now, we're going to watch a video that she published on her YouTube channel earlier tonight. It does have her watermark on it, obviously, because we're going to watch it. The only thing that I did to it was I tried to edit out the really salty language because YouTube doesn't like that. But all credit to Paula for obtaining this, and really grateful for you for doing this, because I do think that it sheds more light on the Stearns, Chris and Deborah Stearns. And I know this is an old photo, but it definitely sheds light on kind of how it unfolded that night. We've read the reports and so forth, but we have not seen the body-worn camera. So there are two things that we want to look at tonight, both courtesy of Paula over at Plunder True Crime. There's a link in the description down below, by the way. Number one, there is video of the body-worn camera from the 28th of February. This is 2 days after Madeline went missing. It was 2 days before, or 3 days before, Madeline's body was found. And then there are some scene photos of Stefan's bedroom, and I think those are important to go through. So, giving all credit to Plunder True Crime for doing this, for putting this out there, let's go on over to the video and take a look at this. Here we go. Let's see. I want to give, make sure you guys can hear this. Here we go.
Stefan as the 1017.
Hey,
what's up?
So what do you guys know?
Huh?
What do you guys know?
I just know what Commander Myers said. They have the 1017.
By the way, I think some of this is edited. I don't know if it was edited by Paula or by the police, but anytime they are inside the house, it cuts out. I did cut off the first couple of minutes from what Paula's video had, because it was like a sneak peek of what was happening a little later on in the video. So we're joining the video about 3 minutes in.
In custody in Orlando. Supposedly we're supposed to come here and interview the mother.
Okay.
See if we can do a protective sweep of the house and maybe ask her questions about if Stefan had access to the storage units today.
All right. Well, that's his car. That car comes back to him.
Okay.
So the other vehicle comes back to Dad, and then Mom is in the house. We just saw her in the front door, and she was out earlier when we were driving by.
Okay.
So.
How long have you guys been sitting on this?
7-10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, who's that? Is that Jarvis?
Yeah. No, not Jarvis. Jared.
Vegan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just going to talk to her. I'll let you guys take the reins. You guys know more than I do, and he knows, but...
kind of.
I'm going to go look around the house, see if there's any rough up dirt or anything, just do a sweep around the back.
Sounds good. Are you recording?
Yeah. Hi, Jared.
How are you?
Doing good. Let's go talk to Mom.
Yeah, she's in there. She was just at the table.
Yeah.
They are poodle breeders, which is why I'm sure all the barking.
Set 1256. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Is she here?
Are you alone inside?
Yes, why not?
No, I'm just asking. Yeah, you're upset. I just want to make sure everything's alright.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just brokenhearted right now.
Is it okay if
You can check anything you
Okay.
want to check, any room.
Okay.
Look at
Why are you
her
upset?
go.
Has it got to do with your son?
I just found out that he came up here last night. That's why the dogs alerted, but because I was by myself.
Okay, why was he here last night?
I don't know. Chris called me and said the police in Orlando said that he came here last night.
And you didn't know he came here last night?
No, because he doesn't have a garage door over here.
And that's his vehicle out front, right?
Yeah, but he's driving my other vehicle. He's driving
Double check that, Corn.
That's back in Orlando.
That's in Orlando.
He was in custody at this point.
Because it's a pain in the ass.
Okay. Do you mind if we clear your residence? No?
Go.
She said twice you can look at anything you want.
Yeah.
We just want to have a decent conversation. We know that your tensions are high right now.
Okay.
All right.
Let me do some deep breathing here.
Yeah. Catch your breath. All right. We're not here to, be
I
rough.
don't know what I found.
What
I went into his room to gather laundry.
did you find?
A torso.
A what?
Okay.
Okay.
Scared the living shit out of me.
That's the extent of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to downplay it.
Oh, well, I found it.
Yeah.
I found it.
Yeah.
That's in the trash can.
And
If you want it, I'll give it to you.
this is your son, right?
This was a sex toy.
Man,
Again, I didn't want.
The torso that you speak of.
It's silicone.
I didn't want. Like, she's saying she found a sex toy, male phallic toy. She threw it in the trash. She described the torso as an F torso. YouTube won't let me do that, so that's why I edited those out. But yeah, she seems pretty. Now, one man's trash isn't believing it, saying that. Let's see, click the wrong one. You think she's full of crap, but I think she's legitimately. I don't know. I mean, upset.
Oh, it's okay. All right.
It's a
Is it still
fake
in the
fuck
house?
buddy.
Okay.
It's safe to go in the house. The dogs are locked up.
Okay.
Come on, let's
I
go.
want to give you a second to breathe.
Yeah,
so you can
catch
talk
your
a
breath.
little bit.
Catch your breath. There's no rush.
I was in the military for 16 years. I was sure something I could get through this. I checked every
It's not really a blow up doll. It's a little higher end than that.
They just opened their model home, and it's furnished. He sits in that model home and works there
Well, I'll show it to
on Price Boulevard. It's Bright Homes, BRITE Homes. It's on the right-hand side.
you. In fact,
When
let's
you get off
pause here for a
Toledo.
second. Let's pause this. Now that we've seen that introduction, let's go over here, okay? And let's just take a look at some of these photos real quick. I need to get my own self over here. So this appears to be just the entrance over into his room. I'm just going to zoom in on some of it here. A computer chair. Looks like what are these, battle bots or battle tech or something like that. Got a remote control car, like a garbage bag, laundry basket. I mean, that picture kind of looks like it's a regular old bedroom, right? Okay, here we go. We're going to close up on this just a little bit more. So yeah, he's got like an arts and crafts little station there, a computer, again, RC car, BattleTech boxes. I'm gonna go to your comments on this soon. So yeah, it just looks like he's got a lot of like arts and crafts. More pictures of up on the shelf. That I'm so horribly colorblind that I have no idea if that is blue or purple or not, but little oinky pig. Zots, is that what those are? A Washington Mutual pig. Yeah, a Bluetooth speaker. Tamagotchis and stuff like that. Lots of toys. I'm not sure what that is. If that's some kind of a scanner. I'm not sure, but paint. Yeah, he's just very much into. There's a cigarette lighter, some rolling dice. Yeah, it could be a router or a computer there. There is something blocked out, redacted out of that one. There's his laundry. A front shot of. It's got a bag of potato chips. The ShamWow. Well, that one came out of nowhere. Hey, ShamWow guy. Let's go back down here. What is this? A Calorie Mate block. Okay. Yeah, lots of arts and crafts stuff. Let's keep going. This is a little low. I think the one above it, that was the top shelf. Here's the bottom shelf. Again, special thanks to Paula over at Plunder for publishing these. I got them from a viewer, but that's where she got them. Yeah, I can't tell what that is right there. This thing right here, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, he's just got a lot of toys. Talk about like a serious man child here. And then we're going to go back over there in just a second. Let's just take another quick look at this. We've got some Disney stuff here, some isopropyl alcohol, some crafting things. Yeah, another look at that. His computer. I'm curious what that notebook is. Yeah, it just looks like a notebook. Oh, let's look at underneath his monitor here. Yeah, just other toys, some figurines, some dice, a squeezy ball, yeah, a charger. Let's keep going. Another view of that. Oh, that must be hold on. So a prescription drug bottle. Let's go back. Now they've got it redacted there too, redacted there too, redacted there too. Okay. Here is the doll that we've all heard about. His bed. Make your bed, man. Just lots of crap on his bed. I think this is more. Oh, of course he has. Of course he has a katana. I mean, he wouldn't be Stefan Stearns if he didn't have a katana. Oh, goodness, my dad. This reminded me of my dad. I don't know. My dad just thought that his kids and grandkids would love swords, and so every time he saw a sword, he'd buy it. My dad just has this collection of swords, and every time we go to Grandpa and Grandma's house, he pulls out this collection and says, "You want to take this home?" Like, no, Dad. No, my 6-year-old does not want to take home a broadsword. Come on. Oh my goodness, my father. Anyway, yeah, so oops. Let me go back. Where were we? Right there. Yeah, I'm not sure what stuff is here, but so much. Just so much. You know, for somebody who didn't have a lot of money or a job, he sure does have a lot of toys. This is his closet. Some droids, Tamagotchis, Digimons, a recurve bow. Nah, I don't think that this is redacted up here. Not sure what is there. A couple more to go through, and then we'll get back to the video. Yeah, they've got that redacted. I'm not sure what that is. More stuff up in his closet. So you guys tell me in the comments, you know, what we want to go back and look at, okay? I'll be going through the comments. More, you know, just stuff. Okay. So I'm going to be going through the comments, but let's go back to the video here, courtesy of Paula at Plunder True Crime.
Exactly where it is. Okay.
Okay, that's the only other thing I can think of, and I just thought of it just now.
Okay.
So it's
Okay. Let me relay that information while we get...
But you need to talk to my husband to get in, because I've never done it. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. We'll get that ball running. I'll get a unit.
Please don't break into it.
No, we won't do that. Absolutely not.
Do you have a printer?
Yes.
That works?
I bet
If I email you a piece of paper, you can print it?
Yeah, come on.
Okay. What's your email address?
Got the card.
Your laptop? Oh, he's got. Yeah, I'll just send her the thing and then have her print it. I'll be right back.
Okay. See, we changed from... And Chris has it... So we couldn't have seen him.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to have one, fine. Yeah, I don't care about that. I care about him hurting Madeline. That's what I care about. So, yeah, I'm on the same page as you, 100%.
I don't know if he actually was in the house last night.
He couldn't get in the house.
Yeah. He may have tried.
All of this is impact glass. He
Yeah.
can't even break it.
Yeah.
You shoot it, it will still maintain integrity.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing we lost during Ian was 12-inch things. We got a little water in the backyard. These houses are built like a bunker. They even fill the all the concrete block with foam insulation.
Yeah, it's a beautiful home.
Yeah.
How long have you guys lived here?
3.5 years, but you know, we sat here and listened. I-75 is right there.
Yeah.
So,
you can see the
Brenda,
truck
this is 2 days after Madeline went missing. This is February 28th of 2024.
Daytime, but when you go in there and shut the door, you don't hear them.
Yeah. Soundproof.
It's soundproof.
Yeah, it's good.
But I would bet donuts to dollars that he tried to get in this house last night.
Yeah.
Because he would have wanted his Kimber.
His what?
His
His Kimber.
Oh.
that's a handgun.
So he
Kimber.
doesn't have to get into the front door?
Even if he had it. Oh. My husband?
I don't know. Looks like...
But see, this has got this lock.
Yeah. You're not missing anything from the house? Yeah. A lot. A lot inside of it.
They still would have woke me up.
Right.
Did he send me that thing? Do I need to go and print it off and sign it?
Well, I don't even think he has your email yet, does he?
It's on the card.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go in. We'll see if it was sent.
The dogs are learning, but because I was by myself.
Okay, what was he doing?
I don't know. Chris called me and said the police and whatever it is, he came last night.
And you didn't know he came in?
No, because he doesn't have a drive-through over there. This lock's a big
This looks like a different point of view.
He's driving my other vehicle. He's driving a Silver Lake that he was.
Let's see, Tina. It is my understanding that Maddie was never in that room. That she did come and visit Chris and Deb. That happened, I remember from the reports. But Deb was upset about her sleeping in the same bed as Stefan and Jen. And so Madeline slept with her. So I don't think that Maddie was ever in that room. Sleeping, I guess. Well, what are you saying, Gavin? This guy was a predator. This guy was a predator, and he pleaded guilty to way fewer charges than he is actually guilty of, in my opinion. I think, oh my goodness, the only charges he pleaded guilty to were the charges where they had video evidence. So could he have been in that room? Yeah, yeah. I mean, what do you, Gavin? What are you saying? Oh goodness. Okay, let's keep going. This is Stern's car here. Look at all the crap in there. That dude had more crap than... I mean, look at that. Fucking demons. My dad is dope. But not because of those stupid swords.
Catch your breath. Catch your breath. There's no rush.
Yeah, this is definitely a different point of view. Good on Paula for getting us out there.
Okay. What's your email address?
So yet another
Yeah, I'll
point
just
of
send her
view
the
here.
thing and then have her print it. Hopefully she's not in here.
Yeah, I think that was a bow. Look at this car. Oh, did you notice how slowly he opened that trunk hatch, the trunk lid? He was hesitating, thinking there might be a body in there. Did you guys see that? Hang on just a second. Let me back it up. 955. We're just gonna. Okay. Coming back to it. Watch how slowly and carefully he opens this lid. Nothing in there. Remember, they're still looking for Maddie at this point. Could she be in that box? That is such a good question, Autumn. I'm not sure. I mean, a prescription bottle, probably. But what was up in the closet? I don't know. Pauline, I think they had locked him out of the house. They were concerned about him stealing things. Let's talk disabilities. Stefan Stearns is in custody at this point, to my memory. I think he was taken into custody this very day, the 28th. Yeah, I think you're right. She was probably living in denial most of her life with Stefan. I bet it was relief when he was charged. I bet they felt relief. Again, this video is from Paula over at Plunder True Crime. The photos as well.
Up into the fence because it's all brush up into the fence, but not around the side.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jojo.
No, I didn't. I peeked over in the backyard. That one looks clear. It doesn't look like any soil is.
Oh, they're looking
Muffled
for
up.
burial spots. Doesn't look like any soil is, disturbed. They're looking for burial spots. Remember, Maddie's missing at this point. It's not until March 1st that her body is found. Yeah, I have no idea. But that's what they're looking for here, guys. They're looking for a burial spot. Interesting they picked the night time to do it, but okay. I just need brain sanitizer for this. Yeah, possibly. Yep. Oh, let's see. No, I mean his house. I mean, yeah, people have sex toys. I'm not some kind of Puritan about this sort of thing. But in total, this guy was just very much a child in a man's body. That's what I take out of this. That's what I take. Let's see, no, I think this was a leap year, right? So I think she was found on the 1st, which I think is 2 days later. Because I think, wasn't 2025 a leap year? Let me look. Oh, this is 2024. I'm sorry. Yes, 2024 was a leap year, so it was 2 days later that they found Maddie's body.
I can call his person when I don't have my work phone with me.
Yeah, he's just looking for any indication that anything is disturbed. Deb has said that they think he was there that night. He didn't get in. The dogs would have awakened her. She was distressed because of what she found in Stefan's room. Whether we believe that or not, I don't know if this was an act or not. I kind of feel like it was not an act. But at that point, it's just me opining, right? There's no way to tell either way. In my opinion, it seemed genuine.
You think that he'd stop by here to grab something to go take her somewhere else?
Oh yeah, he's definitely their suspect. There's nobody else they're looking at this point.
I don't know anything other than they suspect him of raping and possibly murdering this girl. She's missing. That's all I know.
like there's a different body cam here. Can't tell where we are. Are we on the street here? Yeah. So this looks like an official car, right? There's a police car. Grabbing statement forms out or something. Many do. Driven Lattice, many do. Yeah, and if you want to learn a little bit about the psychology of this, go back. It's let me just pause. Well, I'll look for it and then I'll show you. Just go to Maddie's case page on my website real quick. Then I'm going to show you something. There we are. Let me just pause this for just a moment and bring you over to my website. Okay, this is Madeline's case page. You can find all the cases by just clicking this up here. I had Beth Meeks on a couple of times here on the channel. Beth Meeks is a licensed clinical social worker, as memory serves. She talks a lot about the job of being a predator. So, Driven Lattice 19, this is a good video for you to watch. She was on a couple of different times, and I might scroll too fast to, like, I don't want to miss it, but anyway, definitely check that out. The other thing on my channel, I had Anna Sonoda on. Search for her on my channel, and that is those are three fascinating conversations. We got about 6 minutes left here. Yeah, they did, because remember, Madeline goes missing, quote unquote, or I guess the police respond to Madeline going missing the evening of the 26th, all the way into the early morning hours. In the early morning hours of the 27th, they're talking to Stephen Stearns, and they're asking him, hey, can I see your phone? Can I go through your phone? That is the moment that she sees it, that the detective sees it. I can't remember her name right now. So they knew from the very beginning, within hours of their response to Madeline going missing, that he had been victimizing her for a long time. Of course, they didn't know the extent of it. They just knew that it was there. I'm sure they kept him in surveillance. They talked to him multiple times and then lured them into the station to, under the pretense of we're going to do what was it called, like a press conference. And it was then that he was interviewed and arrested. It's this video right here, right? That was the 28th, same day. I agree with what you're saying there, Susan. I do feel for Deb a little bit more than I did before. Oh, yes, it was Detective Tagler. Thank you, Hugging Demons. We do know the cause of death. It was manual strangulation. And yeah, Several people responded to you there, Pauline. That's what it was. Autumn's on top of things. Here's the video. Autumn, you're awesome.
Hey, Fegan, do you have a consent form?
Yet another
That sounds good.
point of view.
I'll get a unit.
Please don't break into it.
No, we won't do that. That's the count.
Do you have a printer that
Yes,
that
I've
works?
got- I've got
If I email you a piece of paper, are you able to print it?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your email address? Yeah, I'll just send her the thing and then have her print it. All right, I'll be right back.
So he can't find a form. They want to go
Hey,
through
Fegan.
the house.
You have her card? You have her card? Her card?
Yeah.
I'm gonna email her the consent form and have her print it.
Because I guess the
Thank you. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, let me bring up this one. One man's trash saying, I will always think that Maddie thought she was pregnant. That makes everything make sense. Him acting crazy before he left to go there, asking his dad for anxiety meds, it all makes sense. What am I trying to say? We know that Maggie wasn't pregnant, but I have thought as well that Maddie thought she was. And I think I did a video on that, but I think I've done 100 videos on this, so it's pretty tough. Hey, Roxy, welcome. You're brand new. I'm glad you're here. Glad you enjoy it, too. Jojo says, Gavin, did you know that Stephen Stearns just got moved to a new prison yesterday? I did. I saw that from Pat in the fish tank. If you haven't been on the channel very long, we have a group on Facebook that you can go and check out. Just very briefly, it's called the Fish Tank. Just search for the Fish Tank or Gavin Fish. You'll find us. It looks like this. And yeah, Pat Burt posted a little while ago that that he had been moved, which is so we know he's in Appalachia Correctional Institution East Unit. Closer to you now. That is rather unfortunate, but I guess you'll survive. Lucia says, I feel for Devin and Chris, but those jail calls were really disgusting. Yeah. It showed a coddling nature that Deb Stearns had for its son. And you know what? Like, I try to put myself in her shoes as much as I can, and this is a totally different thing. This is a totally different thing, but I mean, I just don't want to miss anything.
For Signal 14, I called Charlotte. No threats of self-harm, but he's on probation for weapon-related issues. They're writing an open PCA. Would that be okay?
I wonder if they're talking about Stearns there.
Well, I'm not questioning that one now.
But you know, she and I do things for our grown children that we also say to ourselves, are we really helping here? Is this really helpful? So I think that she went way over. I do. Rita. Yeah. Awesome.
Good, I sent her the form. So we're gonna print it real quick and fill it out.
Yeah, I'm just looking up.
All right, we'll take care of this for you.
All right, I think that is the end of it. We'll bring up a photo of Maddie real quick. Let me just go through a couple more comments here. Ohio Palm Mom says, unfortunately, some of his issues may also have to do with never making him grow up. Could be wrong. It switched there. RR says, does Stephen Stearns have a brother? If so, we don't hear about him. We do understand that he has a brother who's much older than him. Pauline, this is a comment that a lot of us feel Jen should be punished in some way. This poor little girl was harmed for years. Yeah, I've always felt that she shares the burden and the responsibility of what happened to Maddie. Should we go back to the photos real quick and just take a quick look at that? Susan taking care of y'all. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan, for doing that. Let's go back over here to the photos one more time. And just, I'm going to go through these without zooming up on any of them. We'll just kind of go through them real quick, and then I'll go back to your comments here. And maybe we can go into individual ones. I think I'd zoomed up on some of these, so I'm going to zoom back out. Yeah, let me just make sure that we're all zoomed out on all these. I think we are. There we go. Let's see, I think that one we need to go back out. Okay. Yeah, we're zoomed out. Okay, so let me go to the top here. These, again, are courtesy of Paula over at Plunder True Crime. There's a link down in the description below. Go check out her channel if you don't already follow her. She's incredible. All right, so, I mean, just a standard size little room with computer. Let's just tell you what. I'm going to say a number, and then you tell me if you want me to go back to that. So here's photo number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's see if that's zoomed out. 18. Make sure that's zoomed out too. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'm looking down on the floor now. I haven't seen down there. 27 and 28. Those are all the photos. So let's, why don't you guys tell me if there's anything specific that you want to take a closer look at? And let me just go to your, let's see, Kel says, I always try to realize we are human. It is our instinct to make things easier for our kids, especially when there are mental health issues. Yeah. Las Vegas Medi Pedi Center and Spa. Jen was in it. How can you not know? Well, I can't know. I can believe. I can infer, but I can't know. Maybe sold photos, that's where the money came from. I have suspected that myself. All right, Susan Lewis says, I feel like I'm undergoing a vision test, or 2 or 4. Yes, can you read line number 4, please, Susan? That's funny. Robin wants to take a look at 19 and 20. So let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So Robin wants to take a look at this one. Of course, we've got this redacted section. Let's see if there's anything we can see next to that. There's that orange something there. You know what I keep trying to find is the container that he says the watch is in. I haven't seen it in any of these photos. I do see his arrows. I see his arrows there. I see an RC. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. So I see a quiver with arrows and then like an RC controller in front. Let's see if there's anything over here that we can. That just looks like a paper plate with things on it. Yeah, he was just very much into toys. Okay, so that's 19. Here's 20. Same picture. What is this up here? The little crosses. At first I thought it was like some kind of Christian something, but those look more like toys. Warhammer or whatever it is. There's his katana. Does he have some Lego down there in the bottom? No, they just look like little figurines. Yeah, this guy just is a guy that never grew up. That's the way it feels like to me. All right, let's see what else. The floor ones, 27 and 28. All right, let's go down to 27 and 28. So here's, okay, you're right, Mooney. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's see what's down on the floor here. Man, it just looks like more crap. Just so much crap. Now, am I being unfair to the guy? He had just moved in with his folks, right? A couple of months? No, I don't think I'm being hard on the guy. He'd been there a couple months. I think it was November or December. I see sandpaper right there, 60 grit sandpaper. That would go with 3D printing, taking lines out and painting things. I'm wondering what this is. First I thought a sewing machine, but not so much anymore. Not sure what that is in there. It's paper plates. Yeah, I just think he was a messy dude. 6, the box you asked about, I think is a mounted. Oh, is it a red dot? Is that what that is? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is what that is. Yeah, that's a red dot sight. That's exactly what that is, Jess. Very well done. You guys are amazing. So, yeah, Roxy looks like bomb hit it. Tanya says her autopsy won't be released, so we will never know if she was or was not. There's been no confirmation either way. As far as the strangulation, it was in a official report, but I take your comment. Doesn't he say the phone is in a purple container? Yeah, I think so. Patty Olson wanted to see 26 and 27. We already looked at 27. Let's look at 26. 26. Yeah, this looks into the bottom of. Looks like a lightsaber. Does that just look like a Nerf gun or something like that right there? Yeah, something like that. Okay. The crosses are Warhammer. Thanks, Jess. So there are 2 watches in question. I think there was a Rolex in question, and then there was an Omega, as I recall. He kept saying, I think the Omega is in that purple container, but They apparently never found the purple container. Hidden in the shadows. Gavin, can you see a reflection of the redacted item in the glass? Again, you guys are so amazing. Let's look for it real quick. Go back to it. We're looking for the closet, right? That's not the one we're talking about. That needs to be higher. So that is it right there. Oh, I think it's just too high. The highest thing we see in the glass is this hanger right here, which I think is one of these. So yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it. Maybe back here, I'm seeing these boxes, but I'm not seeing what it is. Man, that was a good idea, hidden in the shadows. I just didn't work out for us. My room looked like that when I was 13. Yeah, I don't. Thank you, Susan. I probably am not. They said he was messy and collected stupid things that were expensive, and Jennifer Soto said he brought clutter to her place. Yeah, let's bring up Maddie. That is the difference. That is like the moment that someone goes from being a person full of clutter, a dirty person, to being a person who keeps things tidy, that is an indication of growing into adulthood. That's one of those moments where, I mean, you can see it in your kids where you go into their room one day and you're like, hey, what happened here? Oh, you're starting to care about your environment. I don't have to yell at you about this anymore, right? And it just feels to me like Mr. Stearns did not ever grow up. Let's see. Let's talk disabilities. What's a red dot sight? Yeah, a red dot sight is an optic. This is, let me go to the picture. It's exactly what it looks like. I didn't recognize it when it was not, let me get you, like on a firearm, but let me find the best one. Yeah, okay, so images. Okay, so, okay, so if you're thinking about a firearm, I used to keep a toy here. Okay. So I want you all to not worry, okay? Because this is a toy. We still want to treat it like it's real, but this is a toy, okay? There's nothing in it. There's nothing powering it. But I just wanted to show you this, okay? So if you think of a firearm, we're going to call this the back of the slide, right? Okay, this side of the optic faces backwards, and this side of the optic faces toward the shooty side. Okay, now when you look through a red dot sight, it doesn't matter what direction, like you can be off axis looking through that sight, but as long as the red dot is on your target and the red dot is, is sighted in well to the distance that you're firing, the bullet will hit whatever that red dot is on. So you'll see it a lot in on police officers' weapons because they're often having to kind of shoot off angle, or they're training for that anyway. So that red dot would sit like this. And you look through the window that you can see right there. You look through that window, and in that window there's a red dot, and as long as that red dot is on what you want to hit, and all the other things are true as well, it's well sighted in and all that stuff, the distance is proper, it'll hit it. And it takes a while to become accustomed to it. I had a friend who had a red dot mounted to a long gun, and we were out training, we were out shooting, and I had never used a red dot before, and he just told me what I told you: just put it on the target, you'll hit it. And I was not hitting anything. And he goes, "Oh, well, maybe it's not sighted in." And hand the gun over. He lobs about 10 rounds down range, 100 yards, and groups them like this. And he's like, "Nope, it's sighted in. The problem is you." So it just takes it takes some training to use it. But we do know that Mr. Stearns was a gun enthusiast. He had one on his back seat when police came to the apartment that night, right? And I can't remember what she said it was. Now I'm blanking on which one it was. It was now I can't remember what brand it was that she said in the video that we just watched. Anyway, yeah, he was an enthusiast of firearms. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so Lucia, manual strangulation means with hands. If a dog leash was used, that would be strangulation by, and they would say they would have some descriptor of it. They said manual strangulation in the report, but it was not, as Tanya pointed out. Oh, Tanya's talking about a pregnancy, but it was not pointed out. It was pointed out in a report, but it was not in the autopsy. We'll never see the autopsy, as Tanya pointed out. Oh, Chris said he found the watch and sold it. Okay. One man's trash. I don't want you to think I'm heartless. I feel for Deb and Chris. I just see how Deb enabled this bad behavior. It makes me sick. Yeah, I get it. Lightsaber photos. Yep. So Chris did find the Omega. Okay. Patty says, I think the wooden box on the shelf may have something valuable like a watch. I didn't even notice that. Let's see if I recognize an Omega, or if it is an Omega. Oh, you're talking about this right here. Yeah. To me, I mean, I have a watch box that looks pretty similar to that. It's a little, lower. It's a little lower profile. Mine is anyway. Mine only has one level. I thought I saw something in the closet though. Let me just look real quick to see if there's something else in the closet that might be a watch box. Let's see. There's ammunition right there. Yeah. That's ammunition right there. So 22s, and then I didn't see what the other stuff was. I would imagine looks like a hollow point. Yeah, probably 9mm or something like that. Let's see if there's anything else in there that. The recurve bow cracks me up. I don't know. Everything about this guy. And it's like, again, I mean, it's perfectly normal to have a bow. It's perfectly normal to have a sword, I guess. It's perfectly normal to have lightsabers. Perfectly normal to have Tamagotchi and Digimon and Warhammer and firearms and stuff like that. But taken as a whole, This dude has a serious inability. He just didn't grow up. He just never grew up. Yeah, I think that wooden box was probably just some generic. It might have been a watch box. I'm nearly 40 and still messy. Well, I am pulling for you. Let's call disabilities. Let's talk disabilities. That's funny. He sold the Omega for $1,500. He went to the wrong place. Autumn. Let's see. Let's go back. Looking at the red dot again, right? Let's see. No, I don't see a firearm there. But it wouldn't surprise me if... In fact, that might just be a gun box right there. That's what that might be. This looks like a charger. I'm not seeing anything that I would say is a firearm. But again, I'm just a guy sitting in his office in Pennsylvania. What do I know? A couple more before we go. Oh, no, on the closet. In the closet top shelf. All right. Let's bring you guys back. Right there next to the ammunition. I guess it's possible. I doubt it. I was about to say, most people who are enthusiasts of firearms are very safe with their firearms and their ammunition, but here we are with boxes of ammunition sitting on a closet shelf. So I can't imagine he was all that careful. Yeah, was it Kimber? Now I can't remember what it was that she said. I think you're right. Hidden in the Shadows says, you think there is one next to the ammo? Maybe. It's possible that that's what that is. Let's see. I guess it's possible. I'm just not seeing it. But again, I could be wrong. And likely am. Yeah, that's right, Tanya. You're absolutely right. Patty Olson, for all the books, candy, and food they provided Stephen Stearns, at least Chris got $1,500. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think it was an Omega Seamaster, if I remember that conversation. Of course, there's like a gajillion different Seamasters. Kimberly and I looked at one while we were in Portugal that I was like, I would not mind that, but I'm not paying that price, nor am I doing it in Portugal. Really funny. There were a couple spots that were redacted, including the one that we're looking at right here, that black box in the middle there, Robin. And then there were some redactions of like what I think is probably a pill bottle or something like that. Oh, let's see. That looks like a PC monitor cable connector, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, not that those laws are always adhered to, but most firearms owners in Australia are pretty responsible. Yeah, farmers, hunters, sports. Yeah, everybody that I know, including members of my family, we all have safes. We keep things locked up and safe. In my case, I've never wanted my children to be so curious that they might do something dangerous. And so for me, everything's locked up. But if they want to see one, even if they want to handle one, I will teach them to clean it. The answer is always yes if they want to see it. all the time. We just do it safely and in a manner that they will learn something. And that's the way I've always been, because when I was a kiddo, I had my best friend, we share a birthday. His dad had a full-on pile of amazing firearms just in a pile under his bed. And when his parents weren't around, man, we were grabbing those things and running around the house and playing like cowboys, like super dangerous. So, yeah, I'm lucky that neither one of us ended up dead with that kind of thing. So I'm not that kind of parent. I'm very much like safety Sam when it comes to that stuff. Hey, one last shout out. There is a link down in the description below. That video is courtesy of Paula Mooney over at Plunder True Crime. She's the one that published that a little bit earlier today. The images, I got them from a viewer, but I understand they came from Paula as well. So thank you, Paula, for doing that. Everybody click on that link. If you do not subscribe to Paula at Plunder True Crime, I encourage you to do so. She does some amazing work. With that, guys, I think tomorrow we're gonna continue the coverage of the trial of Christopher Wolfenbarger, who is on trial for the murder of Melissa Wolfenbarger, whose body was discovered 25 years ago, and never were able to get an arrest until last year. It's an amazing case. So that'll start at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And then we'll be back again 7:30 p.m. Eastern with more. I've got an amazing group of volunteers who are doing some great work finding more information, more documents on cases. We've got some stuff on Travis Decker. We've got tons of stuff that we're going to be bringing you over the next few days. Couple more comments before we go. Chava says, somehow all those Tamagotchis infuriate me in a special way. Oh my goodness. Kel says, I asked because in Australia it's a legal requirement with your gun license. There are random inspections. Yeah. So the United States is very different from most other Western countries. We were born out of revolution, and our founding fathers made it. I mean, it's just so ingrained, and even it predates the founding fathers, our infatuation with firearms. I mean, going all the way back to the Manifest Destiny days. Well, long before that, but the people who colonized North America here in the United States, part of it anyway, cut the nation out of the bush, so to speak. And there were many wars, there were many skirmishes, and man, did they love their firearms. And that has continued to this day. So yeah, I've never had an inspection in my life, because if somebody came to my house saying they were from the government, saying they wanted to inspect my firearms, I'd tell them to pound salt. Go away. We're a different breed around here for sure. But guys, thank you so much again, and thanks for your comments. I love hearing about where you live and the kinds of experiences you have. Please come back tomorrow, where we will continue our coverage here in the true crime world. And thank you very much. I bid you adieu. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.